Hello, everyone. God bless you. I want to speak to you today, not just with words, but from a place that understands, a place that has felt pressure, a place that has waited in silence, and a place that knows what it means to believe, even when nothing is making sense. And I am not speaking from the outside, but I am speaking from truth, experience, and compassion. And I know that you are trying. I see you. I see the effort no one clap for. I see the silent battle you carry all alone. And I see the weight that you manage privately while still showing up publicly. And I see the night that you question everything. I see the moment that you almost gave up, but you did not. And I see how you kept going even when your heart felt heavy, tired, and overwhelmed. I truly see you. And in a world that never slows down, a world filled with pressure, noise, silent expectation, and comparison, you are still standing. A world where people are always rushing, always achieving, and always pretending to be fine, while many are breaking quietly inside. And yet, you are still here, still trying, still hoping, still believing, and still holding on. And I need you to understand this deeply. God is not ignoring you. God is not late, and God is not finished with you. He is working in ways that you cannot see. And even when nothing looks like it is changing, He is shaping something within you. And even right now, God is proud of you for not giving up. I know many of us are tired of waiting, tired of trying, and tired of doing things the right way and still not seeing results. Sometimes the path that God gives us feels so long, slow, and lonely. And then when we look around and see others taking shortcuts and they look like they are winning, like things are working for them, and we see them, they are ahead of us. Then the pressure begins to rise because the mind starts to whisper, maybe I should try another way. Maybe I should stop waiting, and maybe everyone else is right. But listen carefully. Not every fast road is safe road. Not every open door is from God. And not every success carry peace. You only see what people show you, but you don't see what sustains them. You don't see the foundation. You don't see their covenant, and you don't see what all their outcome together. So do not compare your journey with someone else's appearance. Stay with God, because anything gained outside of Him can eventually become a burden. Let me share something with you. There were two girls, Precious and Grace. They walked in the same place, but their path slowly began to separate. After work, Precious chose a fast lifestyle, club, wedding men, quick money, and it looked like her life was improving. But Grace was struggling. Her rent was due. Her mother was sick. Bills were increasing, and she had nothing left. The pressure became heavy. Precious kept telling her, "This is the way out. Come with me. This is how things change." At first, Grace refused. She prayed. She held on to God, and she said no. But pressure becomes dangerous when you speak every day without iteration, because pressure does not always come loudly at once. It comes slowly as thought, then feeling, and then suggestion until it starts to feel like truth. Day after day, the influence continued, and gradually, emotional pressure began to weaken her resistance. She was still praying, but tired, still believing, but overwhelmed, and still holding on, but emotionally drained. There was no strong voice reinforcing her faith, no consistent reminder of God's promises in her weak moments. And little by little, what she once rejected began to feel like an option, not because it was right, but because her strength was being worn down. And one day, she asked the question. She asked the question she never thought that she would ask. When is the party? And that was the moment her direction began to shift. Not because she chose to rebel, but because the weight of everything she had been carrying slowly drained her strength until she could no longer hold her ground. When she received the details, she felt hesitation inside her spirit, but the pressure had already weakened her resistance, and she went, not fully convinced but emotionally wondered. When she arrived, everything looked different from her normal life. It looked exciting, it looked free, and it looked like escape. Music and laughter, people who sing, a world that looked like it had no pain. For a moment, it felt like another reality. But beneath it all, something inside her felt uneasy. A man approached her with kind words, words that sounded safe, words that felt like understanding. And in that moment of lower guard, she responded. She accepted the drink, and from that point, her awareness became blurred, her judgment weakened, and her ability to resist faded. What followed was not something she fully chose in clarity, but it was something that unfolded while her strength was already compromised. And when morning came, reality did not come with noise, but it came in silence, confusion, emptiness, and shock. And a deep internal breaking she could not explain. She could not recognize herself anymore. And that was the moment everything changed, from grace to brokenness, from hope to regret, and from stability to emptiness she could not describe. And here is the truth. It was not just one night, but it was a process of pressure, a process of emotional wear, and a process of repeated influence without strong support of truth. Because when truth becomes silent, pressure begins to speak louder. So I want to tell you this clearly. Stay with God, even when it is hard, even when it is low, and even when it does not make sense, because God is not only preparing blessing for you, He is also preparing you for the blessing. And when He finally lifts you, no force will be able to bring you down. You see, the world is not easy, but your strength is not in the world. Your strength is in God. And He has already said, the thought that I have for you are thought of good and not of evil, to give you a future and help. So trust Him, hold on to Him, and stay with Him. Because in the end, it is better to arrive with God at the right time than to arrive early without Him. God bless you, and I will see you in my next video.